embark on another yatra.
We have a plan, not finalized so far.
No, but is the yatra now the model that you have? That you want to, because one of the criticisms of the Congress was it had become a drawing room party. That you all sit in Delhi in drawing rooms and you all decide everything, you need to go to the people. Have you all again decided, realize you need to rebuild your connect?
Certainly, I'm totally agreeing with you. You need to connect the grassroots level people and common people of this country. We will do that only.
So you're talking of a complete rebooting of the Congress party in a way, accepting that over these years the Congress party has lost out because you had lost that mass connect. That also means you have to create mass, or you have to encourage mass leaders.
Certainly.
Are we going to see mass leaders identified in every state? Because North India, sir, particularly in Uttar Pradesh, in Bihar, the Congress has virtually disappeared. Are you really going to see a revival in the next 12 months of the Congress in states like UP, states like Bihar?
Everything cannot be done through an overnight. It will come out. Certainly, I am hopeful, party is hopeful, that coming days is for a revival of Congress.
What role will Priyanka Gandhi Vadra play? There is some talk that she will be the one who may contest from Wayanad. Rahul Gandhi has been disqualified as an MP. If elections are announced in Wayanad tomorrow, will Priyanka Gandhi Vadra be your candidate? That's the buzz again.
We are not bothering about the by-election in Wayanad.
We
are bothering about the process which they have done to disqualify Rahul Gandhi, which Indian media is not at all discussing. Unfortunately.
No, we
are worried about the process of disqualification from the parliament. Why disqualified? What was the reason? That you see the sequences of the judicial process in Surat court happened. The case was stayed by the petitioner itself in Ahmedabad court. When it was revoked again, after he raised the question against Adani in the parliament, we had the records, we had the details. That day, Narendra Modi decided, when he raised the question on Adani on parliament, that day, Narendra Modi decided, this man is not needed in the parliament.
No, but Narendra Modi cannot influence the court in Surat.
I'm not telling influenced, but people are all watching all these things.
No, you have to be very clear. You said Narendra Modi ji decided the day Rahul Gandhi raised Adani's name in parliament, Rahul Gandhi has to be disqualified.
Because I'm telling this. There is a reason in that. I told you, this case was happened in 2019 parliament election.
Yes.
Understood. Kolar. When Rahul Gandhi was in Kolar, I was also with them at that point of time. I was in charge of Karnataka that point of time. He spoke these things. Gujarat, one MLA has given a complaint to the Surat court. After 2 years, after 1 year, the petitioner went to Ahmedabad High Court to stay the proceedings of this entire case. Court stayed. When it is reopened in 2023, I am not remembering the exact date, February, this was happened immediately after the speech in parliament. That man is a BJP man. The petitioner is a BJP MLA.
Yes, he is. Are you saying the judge is also a BJP man?
No, you don't put your words in my mouth. But I am telling this is the BJP MLA. My point is that he himself, the petitioner himself, went to the High Court for staying this case. Suddenly he withdrawn after the parliament episode, when Rahul Gandhi raised the issue of Adani. Therefore, Narendra Modi decided, those who are questioning against him on corruption, that people need not be in parliament. This is a bigger issue than Wayanad by-election for us. Wayanad, whenever by-election won't happen, I'm challenging Mr. Rajiv ji with humbly. We will win with a margin of lakhs of votes. There is no problem of winning Wayanad for Congress party or UDF.
You know, you're sounding so confident. The reason we sound skeptical because in 2014 and 19, in direct fights in Lok Sabha between Congress and BJP won most of those seats. And many believe that Congress is the Kamzor Kadi in this alliance, that you're the weakling. You seem to suggest that all that has changed. Karnataka is evidence and it will spread across the country.
No, our thinking that the country's mood is changing.
Country's mood is changing.
This is what we are also getting inputs. We are also, I told you, we are also getting inputs, professionally getting inputs from various states. The country's mood is changing. If I'm again telling Congress can alone not having the capacity to beat BJP now, entire opposition has to be together.
So how many seats are you giving Congress in the Lok Sabha of 2024? Because last time you were down to your lowest number, 52. How much are you saying?
Kerala, Rajdeep, so many astrologers are there, but I am not one of the astrologer family.
You are an astrologer for Madhya Pradesh. You are saying you are winning hands down.
That is very nearby.
No, but we are coming towards the end of what has been an eye-opener, because this is the first time you've come in a way on a stage like this and being so candid about the state of your party, both the pluses and the minuses. In the last few years, you moved from Kerala politics, 5-time MLA and MP.
3-time MLA and 2-time MP.
So 5 wins.
And 6-time Rajya Sabha MP.
6th Rajya Sabha. You moved to Delhi. What is the biggest challenge that you found? I find now that you are also starting to speak in Hindi. Questions are asked to you the other day on Rajasthan, you immediately broke into Hindi.
Thoda.
Is that the biggest difficulty that politicians from the south find when they go up north? To adjust to a Hindi heartland? You have to learn Hindi?
It is a challenge for all of us. We have to learn. Hindi is also our national language. We have to learn Hindi.
Because when you took up this very important post, one fear was, will a MP from Kerala, experienced of course, be able to adjust to the politics of North India, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, UP, Bihar? Their politics are very different. How have you adjusted? How have you changed? How has KC Venugopal changed?
The circumstances make your position change, all these things. That circumstances will demand you.
What is easier, to do politics in Kerala? You were tourism minister, I think, here for a while as well. This hotel, in a way.
After Mr. Thomas, I was a tourism minister.
That's right. You let poor Mr. Thomas out of your party. But I want to understand, what is more difficult, doing politics at the state level or politics in Delhi? Is this the more difficult challenge in very ways?
My understanding is, those who done Kerala politics, it is very much easier for them to have national politics also.
Let's repeat that.
Those who have
experience in
Kerala politics, they will have an easy turn in Delhi national politics.
They'll have an easy turn. Mr. Karnakaran didn't find that, he was one of your most powerful Congress leaders in Kerala. When he went to Delhi, life was not as easy.
He was there.
He was there, in and around.
He was there very much. And Antonyji was there very much for the long time. You know that.
His son has now gone and joined the BJP.
Doesn't matter. He is 100% stronger congressman.
Are you disappointed that so many young congressmen, people close to Rahul Gandhi, have all left you and joined BJP? Jyotiraditya Scindia, RPN Singh, Jitin Prasad, all close to Rahul Gandhi, all have gone to the BJP.
I'm disappointed that thinking about the future of that young boys, what they are doing in BJP. because Jyotiraditya Scindia is one of my best friend. Best friend. We used to sit in the same chair in the parliament. But now, when I see him, no happiness in his face.
You have become a face reader.
No. I'm telling you. You are talking about the people left Congress party. What about Jagdish ex-chief minister?
Jagdish
Shettar. What about Saudi? How many BJP people joined in Congress also? This is also one complaint from our side to media. Whenever a Congress DCC president joined BJP, big breaking. DCC president joined in BJP. Whenever an ex-chief minister joined Congress from BJP, small shot.
No, not true. On the day that Mr. Shettar joined, our reporter traveled...
India Today done.
Our India Today reporter traveled 8 hours by car to get me a OB live with Jagdish Shettar at 9 p.m. on the day he left the party. So you cannot
you are different little bit.
I am different little bit. You're saying little bit very quietly, but that's okay. I can still live with that also.
If Congress party is giving a good certificate to you, it will be trouble to you a lot.
That's right. That's right. Anybody from the Congress gives me a certificate, it is troubling. We've had a completely wonderful time. Mr. Venugopal, you've opened up. I think it's the air of Kerala that makes you. I've been asking him for several months now in Delhi
Yeah.
to invite me over for breakfast because I want to have nice dosas. What does he do? He invites Shiv Kumar and Siddaramaiah. And then sends me the photograph. You know, look at it. They've resolved all the issues over breakfast. I said, what happened to my breakfast? I want news from you. You have to give us news also.
Certainly.
Why are you such a private person? I don't see you opening up in Delhi like you have opened up in Kerala.
No,
I
no,
think
no.
it's something about here.
My job is not to open up all the decisions of the Congress party. My job is to work in Congress party for the party and for the party leadership. That we are doing.
Your personal ambitions, do you have any personal ambitions?
Die as a congressman. Die as a congressman.
Die as a congressman. You told me something very interesting. You
Yeah.
told me you joined politics at the age of 13, 1-3.
Yeah.
What were you doing at 13?
When I was in 8th standard in Madhamangalam Government High School, you can check. It is a very, very remote area in the state. There is no bus also at that point of time. There is no travel. We used to walk to the high school, government high school. And I stand a candidate of KSU, leader. Here, school election also that point of period, political basis, KSU versus SFI. I started my political career from that point of time.
At the
I
age of 13?
become KSU's Taluk secretary when I was 13 years. I'm telling, now it is I'm 60, 47 years I was in politics.
You don't look 60. Look at my hair. It's all gone grey and I'm 58. Huh?
You are so intelligent, therefore hair may be white.
No, I seem to have all the problems. You don't seem to have all the problems. My hair grows grey. But, you know, we have still 5 minutes to go. What is it about K.C. Venugopal that we don't know? Apart from the fact that you started your political career at the age of 13, are there other things about you that we don't know?
That interesting things. I
Yes.
used to play volleyball in my school and college life because I am not intended to come in politics at all. My family want to become a lecturer or engineer or something. I done my PG in mathematics. Then I studied. I am interested in mathematics only. But incidentally, that during the period of education, I used to contest election in the colleges as a university union councillor, university union chairman, senate member. This type of thing. It already automatically made me a politician, student politician those days. Then, incidentally, that point of time when party decided to contest in Lok Sabha election, my first election was Kasaragod Lok Sabha election. I lost that election for 2,500 votes.
First election? Which year was that?
91. 91.
And volleyball is your favorite sport?
Yeah.
Because volleyball is the ultimate team sport.
Jimmy George, Kerala.
Yeah, the great Jimmy George.
Jimmy George. He was the icon of volleyball that point of time for me like people. In Bharat Jodo Yatra, he used to play volleyball.
You played volleyball during the Bharat Jodo Yatra?
Evening time he used to play.
Did Rahul Gandhi play volleyball and Rahul Gandhi was kept out of all
Rahul
this?
Gandhi used to watch that type of World Cup football was there. We used to watch World Cup football.
That's a nice life, yeah, watching World Cup football after
Walking.
after all that walking, while you all played the volleyball.
Yeah.
You know, that Bharat Jodo Yatra, I walked for part of it to report on it when it completed 100 days. That must have been a huge organizational exercise. Your rivals are asking, paisa kidhar se aaya? This is the BJP said. They put all that the Congress says they have no money, but they have money for a Bharat Jodo Yatra.
How much money we spent there? That they didn't know.
How much did you spend?
Very. We didn't spend much at all. Because our state unity is doing. We never doing from AICC. Whenever we are in Tamil Nadu for 3 days, entire Tamil Nadu PCC is taking donation from the people of Tamil Nadu and they are doing the yatra. When we are in Kerala, entire Kerala PCC is capable enough. Within 30 days, they collected 5 crores in Kerala, from Kerala. Through 137 challenge. They named it as a 137 challenge. We had a system for like that. In Karnataka PCC has done.
So you deny that, this was an extremely expensive exercise that the Congress overtook?
Nothing, because that was a great experience for all of us. The people from all walk of the country join Bharat Jodo Yatra.
One final question. You and Rahul Gandhi, as I said at the outset, are reportedly very close to each other. He confides a lot in you. Is it true that you all were sitting next to each other in Parliament when you were an MP in the Lok Sabha and he was, and sitting next to each other, you all became friends? That's why every congressman now wants to sit next to Rahul Gandhi after that. If I sit next to Rahul Gandhi, I'll become the next KC Venugopal.
I used to sit next to him only, but my relationship was there earlier also when I was in Youth Congress, but it was built up during the period of 2014-19 when we were in the opposition bench. We were only 43. That point of time, we were only 43 members. I think if you can witness how much energy we have there to fight against BJP with these 43 members, I am one among that 43 with great fighting mood.
The BJP has projected Rahul Gandhi as a pappu. What is the reality? Who is the real Rahul Gandhi?
That Rajiv has to give a judgment. If you have a sincere, independent view, you have to give a view to viewers now whether Rahul Gandhi is a pappu or not.
No,
in my view,
yes.
You can see his speeches. He can speak speeches. My view, in Kerala, during the Bharat Jodo Yatra, every individual came to him and speak to him. He talked about them. Journalists are there, farmers are there, students are there, engineers are there.
He should speak to journalists also.
Journalists also speaking. Whomever is coming, he is speaking to their subject in a very, very knowledgeable way. Because I know that him. I wondered, once he talked about Narayana Gurudevan. You know Narayana Gurudevan in Kerala, greatest reformist. Whatever things he know about Narayana Gurudev is an amazing thing for me also. He know everything about Narayana. Whenever Karnataka even, Lingayat Guru, he know about him. Basavannaji. But he is a person who is listening, he is a person who is reading, he is a person who is knowing. But the life factory of BJP and RSS have one point agenda to destroy, tarnish his image through this word of Pappu. But now Bharat Jodo Yatra destroy that image also. I am very sure that now the India realizing he is not a Pappu, he is an intelligent, sincere, humble, simple politician of India.
KC Venugopal, this has been an education for many of us to find out who is that voice behind this powerful figure in the Congress party. Your tone certainly indicates Congress abhi zinda hai. That you believe like Tiger zinda hai, Congress cannot be written off. We'll wait and see what happens in the next 10 months. You will be a figure to watch out for. But you've given us a big insight into the way the Congress functions. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big hand.
Thank you.
KC Venugopal.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rajdeep. Thank you so much, Mr. KC Venugopal. I'd now call upon Mr. B.V. Rao, Group Consulting Editor, to hand over a token of appreciation to Mr. KC Venugopal. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause. That was a very fiery session. After a long time that we have seen GSO, what they call in Congress Party, GSO speaking his mind out in front of the media. We will now have a quick 5-minute break as the actor himself, Mr. Kamal Hassan, is reaching the stage in next 5 minutes. The Vishwarupam, the man himself, will be here in next 5 minutes. Please don't go anywhere. Hold on to your seats as the showstopper will be here soon. arrived. Please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, in just few seconds, Mr. Kamal Hassan will be on the stage. All of you please remain seated. A big round of applause for Mr. Kamal Hassan. The session will be now. The session now will be moderated by Mr. Rajdeep Sardesai, Consulting Editor, India Today Group.
Wow, that's quite an entry. We had the politicians, now we have the star politician. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand finale at the India Today South Conclave 2023. It's been 2 wonderful days here in Kovalam, and we have with us to end this wonderful session, the one and only mega star, someone who has gone often where few others have dared to tread. Please give a big hand to the one and only Kamal Hassan. How should I introduce you today? As actor, superstar, or founder of the Makkal Nidhi Mayam? In what capacity, Kamal Hassan, are you most comfortable at the moment?
I'm very comfortable with today. And since it's India Today, we'll start with today. I'm a neo-political cherished. So you can introduce me.
No, so what comes first? The actor in you or the politician in you? Are you at the end of the day an actor still finding his feet in the turbulent world of politics?
Yeah, I think it's not finding the feet. I think I'm financing my sojourn with my acting.
So you're doing your acting only to finance your political career?
I have chosen my trajectory, and people have been very kind to me, and they've taken care of me for more than 60 years and kept me in a pedestal, deservingly or not, I don't know. But I'm very happy for what they have done to me, and I'm returning that with thanks, with my participation in their life, in their future.
No, you're being rather modest here because, you keep saying you're only in cinema to finance your politics, but your cinema is doing bloody well, if I may say so. You've just had another big hit in Vikram. It sort of created huge waves, if I may ask. And this is for an actor who many thought, now is going to slowly fade away. You're not fading away. You're getting even stronger and stronger on screen.
Yeah, the same might happen in politics as well.
Is that more difficult though? Is that, let's be clear, politics, Kamal Hassan ji, and I think I've asked you this when you first decided to enter politics 5 or 6 years ago, politics is 24/7. It's ruthless. Compared to cinema, you find politics far more difficult. Making a cinematic debut was perhaps far easier than making a political debut.
No, it wasn't easy. As a matter of fact, in cinema, I have to prepare, write, create the film, and then people will say yes or no. They might cross it off or give me a tick. But here, in politics, I have to work with the people. The script is written by them. I think this is a better place to be, comfort-wise and duty-wise. This is the best place to be.
But while you've had all these string of big, super hits, your political career has not yet taken off. 2021 first time you went big in the Tamil Nadu elections. You all won what? 3%, around 3% of the vote. You also lost from Coimbatore after giving a fight in the early rounds. You all didn't win a single seat. It seemed to me from the outside that here was a film star struggling to make a mark in politics. Is that how you see it? How do you see that period from 2021 till today?
Well, we now see Kamal Hassan as a star, but Keralites here will remember the beginning when Prem Nazir Sahab was ruling as the emperor of Malayalam cinema, and MGR, Shivaji were there, and they said that I had no place. I shouldn't even be here. Small bits, crumbs will be thrown at you. Be satisfied with that. And it wasn't easy and for me, the greatest teacher, professor in my life has been failures. I learned from them, and that's how I am sitting here, and that's how I produced Vikram.
What did you learn from that 2021 defeat? When you suddenly found I don't have any seats, all my candidates have lost, what did you learn?
Nothing. I've had films fail where money was at stake. Here it was only prestige at stake. But I'm still fighting for people, and I'll continue doing so.
So what role are you now? You know, actors change roles, and you've been remarkable in the number of roles that you've done. What's your new role? I saw the other day Mr. Siddaramaiah being sworn in, and there you were on the stage sitting next to, I think, Farooq Abdullah on one side, Sharad Pawar on the other. There I see Kamal Hassan. What is your role as part of this anti-BJP alliance, a Congress-led alliance? What is Kamal Hassan's role now?
Let me clearly place myself being a centrist.
Being a centrist?
Centrist. My concern is about India, not about parties. I'm party agnostic, so it doesn't matter. India is very important. I think wherever I am placed, I will do my best for south of India. I'm not being parochial now. Kerala is my place, Andhra is my place, Karnataka is my place. And I can call each one of that home, and no Malayali will deny me that. And I can say the same thing in Karnataka. And I can say that I said it in Kerala, I'm saying it in Karnataka. So for me, India first, South India is my most important goal, to give it the prestige and placement it deserves.
No, but let's be honest. You're saying you're party agnostic, but I haven't seen you going hand in hand with Narendra Modi on any yatra or any visit, but I've seen you going hand in hand with Rahul Gandhi. I see you at the Congress.
I was invited by Mr. Rahul Gandhi. He called me as a citizen. Dear fellow citizen is how he addressed me. I'm yet to receive a letter like that from Mr. Modi.
No, one minute. Are you telling me, Kamal Hassan, tomorrow morning, Narendra Modi is watching the India Today South Conclave and says, Kamal Hassan wants an invitation, tells PMO officials, invite him over for breakfast, let's discuss how he can put his party as part of a BJP alliance. Will you be part of it tomorrow?
No, alliance is a different thing. Breakfast is a different thing.
No, so you'll have breakfast with Mr. Modi, but you will not ally with the BJP.
No, it's an attitude, because it's an ideology. For right now, people are very important. Democracy, for me, is very important in its finest form. So there might be, we will agree to disagree.
No, but when you say you're party agnostic, you've made your party preferences very clear. Why not say that I am part of this grand alliance which is in the making, and I want to be part of like-minded parties. The Makkal Nidhi Mayam wants to be part of like-minded parties and fight the 2024 general elections as part of that alliance.
Now, more important than that is to fight for certain democratic rights for which it doesn't, I will beseech all parties to come together, to talk and have a dialogue. I mean, we can even talk about the parliament. I know you will ask questions about it.
I will ask about that.
So we'll talk about it when it comes to it. The idea is alliances are election-oriented. For me, it's country-oriented, democracy-oriented.
No, all of that is sounding well. I'm trying to understand from you, sir. The buzz is that in 2024, the Makkal Nidhi Mayam will be part of the DMK-led alliance in Tamil Nadu. Yes or no? Are you willing to be part of that alliance?
Why should I say yes or no now? Especially being a screenwriter, the story is being written and I want to know the climax. I won't do that spoiler.
No, I'm even told that they've decided to give you the Coimbatore seat. The one seat that you all will get is Coimbatore, where you will contest. Is that true?
Nice story. I like the idea, but we haven't had any discussions like that.
But you like the idea?
I like the idea, but what is liking and what happens are two different things.
But look at the trajectory you've taken. When you entered politics, you were saying that you were someone offering an alternative in Tamil Nadu politics. You were attacking the AIDMK, you were criticizing the DMK, and you effectively said you'll be part of a third front. In fact, at that stage, I even saw you occasionally with Arvind Kejriwal, and there was a talk that you also wanted to emulate an Aam Aadmi kind of model for Tamil Nadu. Now we are seeing the possibility of you being part of a DMK-led alliance led by Mr. Stalin. Have you also realized in politics, you have to make compromises?
No, I'm not even talking about compromises. I'm talking about coming together, especially south of India coming together. That's the reason why I'm here. I want to pass on the message, to not advise, but beseech them. It's a moment of truth, and you'll have to come together.
What do you mean by come together? You're telling me that all the South India states have to come together in some form of a grand coalition.
And have a dialogue with whatever you disagree with, whatever be the party, BJP, Congress, whoever it is. Let's go back to the 70s, then we'll have a different discussion about emergency.
No, but you're calling on all the parties of the South to sit across a table.
And have a dialogue.
On what?
On how the nation should move forward, how the constitution should be. And that is why I wrote in a letter to the PM and also addressing the opposition party, not to boycott the parliament, but continue the dialogue, debate.
Let's talk about that. You're saying that you believe that the opposition party should not have boycotted the parliament inauguration.
Yes.
Why? Explain that to us.
Because that's my building too. Disowning it is only stifling your voice, and your voice won't be heard. That's the best place to be heard. And there are certain things we want to ask questions about the expansion of it and why there wasn't a dialogue with us meaning all of us.
So you don't go by the opposition's view that the Prime Minister was inaugurating the new Parliament building, hence don't attend that session. You believe they should have attended it. They represent all Indians across India, and therefore don't take a hardline position.
Now, as much as they insist that the President should have been invited, I think I would insist that the party should participate because it's my parliament, our parliament.
This is your centrism. Therefore people say if Kamal Hassan continues what they call monkey balancing, you'll fall off the tightrope one day. Are you willing to sort of be very clear in taking positions? In politics, you have to make adjustments, make compromises.
Let me give you some monkey talk.
Monkey baat or monkey baat?
Not to be confused with monkey bath. Nothing to do with bathing here. So I'm talking about monkey balance is a fantastic balance. And it doesn't balance on just the biped, it uses all fours. And even when it loses balance, it can come back up again. So monkey balance is nothing to be ridiculed about.
we are entering a phase of politics. You suggested that you believe democracy is under threat. Am I correct? Do you believe democracy is under threat, is in danger? You seem to suggest that these are challenging times for Indian democracy.
Always, democracy is not like money in the vault. You keep it there and come back and collect it later on. Democracy needs constant vigil. And that's what I'm calling for. That's what we should do, all of us. Keep vigil and ask the right questions at the right time. Have a debate, disagree, but then understand why things are being done. Consult.
What worries you most about Indian democracy today? In the past, you would speak about money, power. You've spoken to me about dynastical politics. What worries you about democracy today?
Well, I have a litany of woes. Let me make it short. I think I'm concerned about, not because I'm a lawyer's son, I'm concerned about the judiciary. I'm concerned about a number of seats we are going to get as South Indians in the parliament. If it's by population, we must come and have a discussion on it. Because just for good behavior, we shouldn't be punished, because we are the highest taxpayers in the country, the south of India. And for that good behavior and controlling of fertility rates and keeping the population down, we shouldn't be punished.
So you're also coming out strongly against the possibility that delimitation in 2026 could result in more Lok Sabha seats for the Hindi heartland states, which have higher populations and fewer for South India. I mean, you almost seem to be now playing on a South Indian identity. You're moving from a Dravida identity to talking about a wider South Indian identity.
Let me surprise you with one more line.
Please do.
The Dravidian identity does not stay only with Tamil Nadu. Dravidian identity is pan-national.
Explain that.
Yes. Go to Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, go to Kiladi, you'll find the connection. And look at the race, the mix of the races. Malayalees, Kannadigas, some of them. Now we are all mixed, we are a potpourri, but most of them are Dravidians. You look at their lips, look at their eye color, complexion, all that. Yeah, one or two mulattoes like me will be there. But I think Dravidianism cannot be limited just to Tamil Nadu. Mm-hmm. I've said it in a Murasoli meeting. Murasoli is
the newspaper, the mouthpiece of the DMK.
Yeah, DMK. In that, I said it cannot just belong. You can't be just the best, and it belongs to the nation. And that's a bigger dialogue.
No, but there are when you are talking today about building a South Indian identity, at least a political identity, possibly a social identity, there will be those out there who will say, this could lead potentially to growing North-South friction. That if all the South Indian states, as you're saying, need to come together, consult with each other, build a consensus on delimitation.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes,
But you tell me when there'll be more friction, when two states in North India, just two of them, Bihar and UP put together, will supersede by numbers all of the South Indian states put together. Will there be friction or not? So that's what I'm concerned about. That's what I'm worried about. And we should address that. And I'm not talking about appeasing us. Consult us, convince us. For the nation, we are willing to do certain things, but not life sacrifices.
So you're telling us that you believe that if any decisions have to be taken on delimitation, where the South will lose out, they cannot be taken without consultation of all the South states.
Yes.
All the leaders of the South, of the southern states need to be taken into confidence before any such decision is taken.
Yes.
I'm getting a sense in this India Today South conclave that we've actually laid the platform for what will become a big issue in a couple of years, delimitation? Because several speakers who've come on this platform have expressed similar concerns. Is this going to be the election agenda that you go with to 2024? Vote for us in big numbers so that we will stop delimitation. We will not allow the BJP to bring delimitation in 2026.
That need not be the primary call, but that could be one of them. It could be.
Could be one of them.
Because it's something that concerns me as a South Indian. I pay my taxes. You can ask the IT department about my reputation. So I'm concerned. I should not be punished for my good behavior while criminals walk free.
Do you worry about some of the other issues which you raised when you first entered politics? Brazen use of money power, dynastical politics, the need to sort of make politics more merit-oriented. You had first said, that when you came into politics that you'll make the Makkal Nidhi Mayam a party with a difference. A number of your leaders left you because they felt you're going nowhere. I come back, the original idea of your joining politics, is it still alive in you or over time has got diluted?
No, it is very alive and I'm more clearer. As I told you, failures are my greatest professors. And there are lecturers too, but I listen to professors.
Let me for a moment, just for a few moments, turn to your other avatar and then we'll come back to politics, of course.
Yes.
You had one of your biggest hits, if not the biggest hit of your career in Vikram last year.
No, it is, without much ado, it is the biggest hit in the Tamil film industry.
Ever.
Ever.
Pretty impressive. Did you think that, if I may ask, you were 66, 67, you look very young.
Thank you. You reduced 2 more years. Thank you.
But did you think that, look, in what many believe is the autumn of my career, you were doing Big Boss, you were doing other things also, that here I come and give the biggest hit, as you said, in the history of Tamil cinema. What do you think worked for Vikram?
I think the film was good, and they have not seen too many of such films and not seen too much of me. And at the same time, Big Boss, I'm doing the next season as well because it's a great platform for me to talk to people.
No, you say that, but many will say that, you spend far too much time still because your love for cinema is so great, or your love to be on, do a program like Big Boss. Do you get enough time then to do the rest of the things that you need to do as a politician?
My love for people is far greater. I'm not.
But you can't win Tamil Nadu by doing Big Boss. You have to win Tamil Nadu by traveling across the state.
Which I'm doing. Even for this conclave, I had many such engagements. Yesterday night was a very late night, but I keep going around now, not only Tamil Nadu, but south of India.
Where is the... Thank you very much. But you started your cinema career at the age of? 6. I thought it was 6'4". Started at the age of 4. Remarkable. You've been doing this for over 6 decades. And you still seem so remarkably enthusiastic, fresh. And you're getting bigger and bigger with all these hits. Big Boss, new audience, younger audience. What keeps Kamal Haasan going? What is this love affair you have with cinema?
If I had not been a cinema actor, I'll be a cinema buff. I still am. I love cinema and I love people, and both come together when fame comes. And politics is another venue, which is not a profession, it's my commitment.
But in the last few years, we've seen this, since we're talking about South India politically, while South India may feel that North India is dominating them politically, particularly through delimitation, in the cinema world, this is a glorious period for films coming out of this part of the world, whether it's the RRRs, the Pushpas, the Bahubalis, the big ticket movies, or indeed the Vikrams. and you've got all these pan-India stars emerging from the south. You were the original pan-India star. Ek Duje Ke Liye was early 80s. Are you in a sense feeling vindicated today when you see South cinema make its mark and become pan-India?
I'll have to quote Mr. Raj Kapoor. They were finding the difference, the divide between art cinema and the kind of cinema that Mr. Raj Kapoor is making. And he said, I don't see the difference. Cinema is art. So I don't see the difference. I am Indian and I have talent. And there are people who are much more talented than me who are not exposed. The light has not shone on them. It doesn't matter. For me, my greatest doyen guru is Mr. Dilip Kumar. He might speak a smattering of Tamil, that's all. He might not even understand if I express my love in Tamil. But that's how the country has been, and that's how it will be. And this is cyclic. It will keep changing like the weather. Uttarayan and Dakshinayan is a great example. The sun will shine slightly in different angles, the way of the world. And we need not feel any vindication or even, we can be sportive about it.
So are you saying cinema is language agnostic? At the end of the day, good cinema, whether it comes in Telugu, Malayalam, Tamil, Kannada, can compete with Hindi cinema or any cinema and be replicated now in multiple languages.
Absolutely.
As you did with Vikram.
Yeah, I think the new international is the regional ethnic. The more ethnic you become, the more international you.
The more ethnic you become, the more international you
become. Because they really want to know. They don't want us imitating or aping them. They want to know about us. And the world is ready. It wasn't before. It is now. The playground is being leveled. It's not yet leveled, but it's being leveled. And we should talk about this different parochial differences in India. We should aim for the world like Korea did. And that's where I see Indian cinema going. And that's the direction I want to live to see that.
So when you saw, if you woke up that morning when the Oscars were announced, RRR wins an Oscar award, do you feel that this is all small steps, baby steps, some
Small
big steps being taken towards this?
The finale will be when Hollywood actors come to receive Indian international awards.
Hollywood actors come to receive Indian awards.
Yes. That's been my, not a fantasy, but a vision for India, where they can go. Unlike China or Japan or even Korea, we are an English-speaking country. We have defined our own language with our accents, our guttural R's. All that is forgiven now. We have our own language. Some of the best English novelists are of Indian origin. So I see that will happen in, and Mr. Gandhi was international.
Mm-hmm. So do you want to be part of is that what you'd like to be next? Part of a grand collaborative effort where an Indian production is going global, Kamal Hassan stars in it? Is that what, because you've achieved everything that you could have achieved in cinema.
More than Kamal Hassan starring in it, my company can produce it. I have other things that I told you about, politics. So my company is now producing many films, and I've started a company called Kamal Hassan's House of Qadar.
Kamal Hassan's?
House of Qadar. And that sells dresses. We started it in Chicago. We have 12 outlets in America now. And what I'm wearing is khadi. So this is what I see. This is my vision for India.
You're an entrepreneur, quite apart. So that's another role. You see, you do these wonderful films where you play various roles, that famous 9 roles that you
10 roles, yeah.
10 roles that you played. So your latest role is a bit of an entrepreneur. Who looks after all these stores? Is there someone managing?
No, somebody is managing it. Like my company, Raj Kamal Films, which was first called Hassan Brothers. When we started it, I was 24 when I started the company. So, and it's now in its 40th or 42nd year. and in our 52nd production.
I wanted to ask you this, that cinema, Kamal Hassan, in a way has become politicized. You've seen with recent films, Kerala Story is an example of it. Some states like Bengal have banned it. In Tamil Nadu also there's a question mark whether it's been banned or it's not being shown in certain theatres, allegedly because it's seen to demonize the Kerala Muslim. How do you see it? Do you believe that it should have been banned? What is your view?
Let me talk, now we are talking cinema, I have the...
It's cinema and politics both.
Yeah, but I have the right to talk about both.
Absolutely.
So, as a director, writer, and an actor, I never believed in hyperbole or on-the-nose kind of films. It has to be subtle, it has to be truthful. And rhetorics and exaggeration sort of takes away the suspended disbelief that cinema actually anchors its whole philosophy on. So I'm against films which go over the top. I have done some of them. That's why I started my production company, so that I could rectify the mistakes. And most of my productions have been decent films, cinematically speaking. And some have collected, some have not collected so well. But there have been a truthful attempt at cinema, and the content was not blatant and falsified.
In your view, is that what Kerala Story has done?
I have not seen the film. I only heard what people spoke of it. From what I could derive, certain things could have happened, but you cannot increase the numbers, exaggerate the numbers, and make it look like a national crisis.
Would you ban the film?
I wouldn't ban any film. Let them talk. But I would try to tell people to understand the film and what's the purpose of that film. That's what I'm doing when people ask me about not only Kerala, because my film was banned in Tamil Nadu. Vishwarupam. Still people are wondering why it was banned. And there was a case between Rajkamal Films and the Tamil Nadu government. We won the case and we released the film. And I will not advocate banning of any film. As a matter of fact, I was one of the strong advocates of this certification board turning into a censor board and banning or editing films. This country should have free speech. They can certify the film and say certain people could not see the film.
And you're saying audiences should go to the film with a certain dose of skepticism, recognize perhaps that the filmmaker... Suspended disbelief. Audiences should go to watch a film like Kerala Story with suspended disbelief.
Yeah, and then think before, because we come from a land of filmmakers. You can either be Goebbels or you can be C. N. Annadurai of Tamil Nadu. The choice is yours. And what did Mr. Annadurai do that Goebbels did not do? I'll tell you, it used to be called Madras. Now it has become Tamil Nadu. I have a list of things that Annadurai achieved through writing just in films and then coming into politics. And the complaint, you were saying that it's a recent kind of a situation where the South feels neglected. We felt neglected even before independence. Periyar was one such voice. And Annadurai has said, Vadakku vaalgirathu, Tekku theigirathu. The north shines and we wane. That's been a complaint for a long time. It has not been addressed.
You're speaking in a way, you're giving a very nuanced answer, which I'm glad on Kerala Story, not black or white. But it's not just Kerala Story. Last year, one of the big successes was Kashmir Files. Again, the critics said this is a political propaganda film. Both films were promoted by the ruling BJP. Now we've got a film coming out on Savarkar, a biography of Savarkar, and there's talk that the RSS is speaking to a lot of producers, directors, saying, please make such films, we'll fully support it. Do you believe cinema and politics should mix in this manner? Would you advise politicians to promote a film?
Cinema is a medium, like the press. You could talk to the people through it. It is not as direct as a stage like this, but it still can talk to people. What should not mix is religion and politics. I'm concerned, I'm frightened about that. Because around the world, we have examples of things going wrong when it happened. And that's my concern. Otherwise, cinema can talk. In America, they make a Malcolm X, where the majority of them are Caucasian, and they make a film called Malcolm X, and Martin Luther walks across the streets in Washington with Marlon Brando beside him.
There will be those who will say the best way, in a way, to then promote the kind of ideology your beliefs is make another strong film that tells possibly of the dangers of mixing religion with politics.
I've done it about 23 years back.
You've done a few, yes. You've done it 23 years back. I'm saying, would you do it now in today's context?
Will it be allowed now?
Sorry?
Will it be allowed now?
Why won't it be allowed? Are you worried about that? You went on the Bharat Jodo Yatra at a time when many film stars and celebrities were reluctant to go along with Rahul Gandhi, fearing what adverse reaction will it have. Was there any backlash?
Well, we'll see. I shouldn't talk too soon.
No taxman has come to your house, has they?
They can't, because I pay my taxes. If they do come, they'll come to collect, respectfully.
No, but are you saying somewhere that in that earlier answer that you gave me about, will I be allowed to make such a film?
No, I'm just joking.
I'll tell you why. Because Rahul Gandhi, with whom you did this Bharat Jodo Yatra, goes around the country saying there's an atmosphere of fear, that Indian democracy is under threat. Do you believe Indian democracy is under threat? Do you believe that there's an atmosphere of fear?
I'd like to amend that by saying that democracy will always be under threat by avaricious, power-seeking politicians. It will always be under threat, and we have to keep that vigil. That's what I said before. I repeat it again, reiterate that democracy is not something you plant and it'll go into a tree. You'll have to constantly watch that. It's not a cactus. It's a gentle tree. We'll have to foster it and make it grow.
We're sort of winding down on the conversation, but I want to understand from you, Kamal Hassan, how do you see yourself over the next few years? These are important years, big election next year. There's an election in Tamil Nadu in about 2.5, 3 years from now. How will you divide your time between your cinematic work and your political work? Will there come a time when you will finally say, I've had enough of this. For the next 3 years, all I will do is just focus on public life. Can that ever happen? Is that possible for you?
Yes, I was always ready to do that, but I needed the money.
When you keep saying this to me,
I needed the money to run the party because it's a lot of money. And I'm not even paying the voters. It still is costing. So I might have to do it for some time, but then if push comes to shove, people are more important than cinema to me right now.
Because, Rajnikant, your great, I won't call him competitor, but two of you were sort of iconic figures for the longest time in Tamil cinema. Eventually backed out from politics because I think he felt that I can't devote that kind of time. I don't want to get into this world of politics. I will only focus on cinema. You took the big plunge. Do you have any regrets? Do you think Rajni did it right? Maybe I should have been a Rajnikant. I could have just focused.
Not at all. If possible, if only his health would permit, I would have convinced him to come back.
You mean you would have had a double starrer, you and him possibly together?
Let him be in the opposition, but I believe in democracy. We'll agree to disagree.
Because as we've seen, South Indian stars have had a mixed track record when they've entered politics. NTR was a huge success, and this is his centenary year. Within 5 months of joining politics, won a huge election in Andhra Pradesh. MGR, remarkable success story in Tamil Nadu politics. But then you've had a Shivaji Ganeshan, you've had a few others not so successful in their political careers. What is it that you think it takes to become an NTR or an MGR? Or is that era over where you could translate your star appeal directly onto into politics? Is that era over?
I came into cinema when Mr. NTR and Mr. MGR were ruling the roost.
In cinema?
In cinema.
Yes.
And I did not want to become an NTR or MGR. I became Kamal Hassan. So even in politics, I will not emulate them totally. There are some good things they did. I will try to incorporate them if I'm given the opportunity.
The reason I'm saying this is, as I said, is it more difficult now than it was then? Then there was a novelty factor in a way. Stars coming in, there were these, NTR almost as taking his mythological roles from Krishna, Ram, to becoming this superstar in politics. MGR also, the character was created very carefully by Anna and others so that he could become this big star. Is it more difficult now for an actor to make that transition into politics? Amitabh Bachchan, for example, the biggest star of Hindi cinema, gave it up, couldn't do it.
I think it should be made difficult for anyone to just jump into politics and become successful. They must show their earnestness and be responsible. That should be the qualities they should be looking for. And I think they'll find that in me.
You, with films like Vikram, reach millions of people, cinema audiences. You go for a rally in Coimbatore, you reach out to a political audience. As you connect with them, what's the difference you find? Is it easier for you to connect with a cinematic audience because you're confident of your craft, as opposed to connecting with a political audience where you're still learning the craft of how to woo them?
I don't know whether you saw the footages of people crying and saying, when I lost. They said, what happened to our votes?
What happened to your votes?
Our votes, they're saying. We voted for him. This is the people. What happened? And I've made people cry in movies, but many people helped me do that. Here, it was just me. I'm happy that I've made that connect with that demography of people. They are not talking about the actor now. They're not looking at a good or bad performance. They're looking at the injustice of it. And I like it.
What did you tell that old lady who said, I voted for you, but you didn't win?
No, I watched it on television. So
you watched it on TV?
So I was moved. That's all I can say.
If you were to become the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, and it's a huge if, right? What is the first thing you would do?
Right to Services Act, right to information, all that with teeth, not just signing. Once that is committed, when politicians will have to be responsible, that will be the done. Not just me, any Chief Minister, I'll beseech, convince, and ask him to do that.
First thing that you would do, give teeth to a right to information and a right to services.
Yes.
And make the politician, including your colleagues, more accountable.
Absolutely.
Effective in that is, you believe, today's
Since you said, if I were to sign it, including me, will have to be answerable.
Effectively, what you're saying is today's politicians are not accountable. That the fact is they're not accountable to the people of the country. Let's be honest. The same politicians you were sharing a stage at Mr. Siddaramaiah swearing in, most of them, are they accountable?
They must be.
No, must be is different. Are they accountable?
They are. They must be accountable. They must come forward and take the responsibility. If they have not taken it, I will be the first critic. It doesn't matter. Alliance or no alliance, my party failing or succeeding, doesn't matter. This is how politics should be.
I've just got a question from a friend of mine who's watching and saying,
No, I can't call a friend, so you just ask the question.
expectations are sky high from your collaboration with Shankar, director. What can you tell us about the much anticipated Indian 2? Happening, not happening?
I beg your pardon?
Happening? Your collaboration with Shankar?
Yes, it is.
Excited about it?
Very excited. And if people felt that Indian 1 spoke politics, they won't be disappointed with Indian 2.
Okay. You are the ultimate all-rounder. Actor, director, producer. You've been a lyricist.
Yes.
You've been a singer. You've been a terrific dancer. You've been a cameraman.
Assistant.
You've been an assistant cameraman. And you've been a politician. What is that role that you're most comfortable in? In all these roles that you played, what's the role that the true Kamal Hassan comes to life in?
In a democratic country, as a citizen of India.
As a citizen of India.
That makes me very proud.
That's a politically correct answer.
Now, why do you expect politically incorrect answers from me?
No, I thought you'd say that my favorite role was when I was assistant camera person.
No, I learn from my past and understand the present and try to forecast the future.
As you said, you've crossed all language barriers, geographies, especially in the south. We have a large audience here of people from the wonderful state of Kerala. If you were to give a dialogue in Malayalam,
No dialogues. പറഞ്ഞാ മതി. ഇവിടെ ഡയലോഗ്സിന് അത്ര വാല്യൂ ഇല്ല, സത്യം പറയണം. What I said is here dialogues don't work too well, truth does.
a nice line. We also have a few people who've come from Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. If you had to say something to them in Telugu.
ఏం చెప్పాలండి? చెప్పిందంతా మీకు అర్థమై ఉంటుంది. అది మన అందరూ కలిసి చేయాలి, అదే చెప్తున్నాను.
What does that mean?
What am I to say, sir? You would have understood the purport of this conversation, and we'll all get together and do what we have to do.
And when you met Mr. Siddaramaiah, you might have exchanged a few words in Kannada. What would you like to say to the new government in Karnataka and Kannada?
Barthini, Mate Barthini, we'll have breakfast again with the CM. I've had breakfast with the CM many times. I am promised to come again. Great breakfast he gives.
And then your wonderful language of Tamil to your sort of adoring Tamil crowds. What would you tell them in Tamil?
I always start my speech with Uire Urave Tamile. That explains everything. It means my life, my relations, and my Tamils. Tamil, the language.
You know, in these 2-3 minutes that you just spoke so fluently and gracefully in all the 4 languages, you've given us, in a sense, a secret to your magic. And the reason why actors like you, and indeed now being public figures, are looked up to, because you've crossed all boundaries, and in crossing those boundaries, you represent true plurality of Indian citizenship.
Thank you.
And I think that, in a way, is what you symbolize. And may you long continue.
Thank you.
Both
Thank
in
you.
acting, in politics, and all the various roles that you play. Is there any one role that you haven't played in out of all these actor, producer, lyricist, singer, dancer?
Your role. I've always been asked questions. I never had the chance to fire questions at people.
Aren't you doing that in Big Boss, in a way?
In a way, but not like you, not as efficiently and effectively like you.
Can we do one thing? Can I get paid a little bit of a fraction of what you get paid for Big Boss? I'll be okay. I'll do Big Boss, you do my role.
Yes.
Done?
Done.
Done?
Done.
Wonderful. But you've got to make sure that you negotiate that contract so I get a fraction of what
Yes,
you get.
yes, yes.
Okay, so we've decided role reversals. I'm going to do the next big boss, and you have a new 9 p.m. anchor, Kamal Hassan. The ratings will go high. If not anything else, we'll get much higher rating. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been wonderful here to have Kamal Hassan here at the India Today South Conclave, one of the superstars of our generation. Thank you very much for joining us. And namaskara. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Namaskaram.
Rajdip Sardesai, and thank you, Mr. Kamal Hassan. I'd now request Mr. PB Nu, Director Marketing Kerala Tourism, to come over to the stage and hand over a token of appreciation to Mr. Kamal Hassan. A big round of applause to Mr. Kamal Hassan, the actor, director, producer, lyricist, entrepreneur, assistant camera person, all in one. I'd now like to announce that the dinner will be open, but it'll be by the beach. I would ask the audience to come for the dinner. It's open right away, and I'd like to thank our sponsors. Presenting sponsor, Kerala Tourism, powered by Kalyan Jewels. Health partner, Amrita University. Knowledge partner, Hindustan Institute of Technology and Science. Luxury design partner, Fenesta. Steel partner, Sham Steel. Celebration partner,
Sleeping comfortably has just gotten